Hello and welcome. 16 people were waiting for the show. That's fantastic. Hope I didn't throw anyone for a loop because I put a different thumbnail, because we are the joy of pouring is the caboose on the Sunday train here that Garrick Brown, bless him, has organised, the pouring with the fellas collaboration. And this is part 2. We did part 1 last year and this is part 2. So welcome guys, everybody. Welcome to my channel and the joy of pouring and the last show of the train today. So I'd love to give a big thank you to obviously Garrick for organising the Pouring with the Fellas collab. I'd also love to give a shout out to everybody that's been part of the collab. I've been trying to stay in your live chats as much as I can whilst prepping for the live show now, but I'd love to give a shout out to obviously Nate, Sheldon, Brian, Dominic, Dave, Jan, and of course Garrick, and then I don't need to thank myself because that's just me here. So big welcome to all you guys. Big welcome to all of my moderators that are in the live chat there. Welcome to everybody's involved. Welcome to obviously Vanna is just off to my side here. Now this is the Pouring with the Fellas collab, but we figured we didn't really want to be too prejudiced against the ladies, as we've only just started doing the pouring together with the partners as Vanna and I. So I'm going to do some fluid up first, and then Vanna's going to have a go herself. But anyway, welcome. Now the theme for the collaboration was what's new for you in 2023. And so I ummed and ahed and I thought about it, and then I thought, aha, yes, and I remember. Vanna, bless her heart, for Christmas bought me some of these little tiny micas. Now, it's really hard to read what they are, but it's by a company called Silafui. No, yes, Silafui. And they're chameleon flakes, not pigments, okay guys? So it's fantastic. When you mix them up, they're not as fine, obviously, as the chameleon pigments. And what they're really great for is when you mix them in a semi-transparent pillow, or you actually mix them in some colors, they give you this fantastic chameleon color, Starry Night. Now, I have done one here. It's really difficult for me to get the camera to pick it up, but I hope you can see there. There's these little speckles that when I do a pour over this and then resin it, these little speckles are going to look like stars, and they're just going to twinkle in the night sky, but they're also going to change color because they're chameleon flakes. So there you go, guys. That's what we're doing here. That's what's new for me in 2023. So we're doing sparkly Starry Night chameleon pillows. Here we go. Just want to give a quick shout out to all of the lovely, beautiful OG beans and everyone in our group, the Acrylic Crazy Train. If you aren't part of the Acrylic Crazy Train on Facebook, please search us out and join us, the Acrylic Crazy Train. It's a great old time there. It's a fantastic safe space for beginners. So please feel free to come along on Facebook and join the fun on there. So that's the OG beans. And one last little shout I wanted to give out to especially Joe Johnson Sullivan. It's your birthday today. So happy birthday, Joe Johnson Sullivan. She posted when I put the advert up for this on the channel and in the group earlier in the week, she said, oh, this is my birthday. What a fantastic way to spend the day. So happy birthday, Joe Johnson. Okay, excellent. Now, we're going to do last week's canvases after I've done my little after I've done my bit of fluid art here. Now, I was watching everyone's video with kind of like sort of bated breath. Excuse me, quick drink. With a list of different techniques and things I was going to do so that we didn't duplicate it at all. Now, I really love blooms. I'm sorry, I know the whole world is awash with blooms and people are really sick of them, but I needed to do a technique that required a starry spangly pillow and those two techniques are a swipe and a bloom. So I'm going to do a bloom, and then Vanna, for her namesake, is going to do a swipe after me. So I have just mixed up some of the flakes. I was going to do it live, but I thought you don't want to watch me mixing up paint for heaven's sake. So I've mixed some up with the Jo Sonja Gloss Varnish and then the Behr 8300. Now, just because we're putting flakes in, so there's no pigment, there's no paints going in there, I mixed it up a little thicker, around about 3 to 1 of the Behr to 1 part of the Jo Sonja. So there you go, that's what we're using for the pouring medium. And our cell activators is the Shelly Art recipe, and we are using the Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam paint, along with some Rust-Oleum paint, the Rust-Oleum Goldmine. If you'd watched the show before, we know we really love the Rust-Oleum Goldmine as a cell activator. So there we go, mix the flakes up, and here they are in the little pot. I'll see if I can, here you go, get the camera to focus on it, and then get the light. But there we go, there's the little chameleon pigment flakes, and they do change color as you move it away. So I am going to use a semi-transparent pillow. Now, I did some tests on this earlier in the week. I don't get a lot of time to practice, and I'm hoping that making it a little bit thicker is going to work better for me. So let me just show you there we go, guys. There it is. Bingo, that's a lot better. So that's going to be the pillow, okay? Oh, Vanna's just gone, oh. Hang on, I'm trying to get to show you guys again, see if I can get the other way. It's a tricky one, it really is. Oh, there we go, bingo. So that's going to be our pillow, and I'm going to put down some black first, some tricorn black. Some of our Sherwin-Williams Colour to Go. Brilliant, just got to shut the back window because the snow plough is ploughing the ski run that runs behind our house. It's a road, but it's actually a ski run too. It's quite crazy.
50 people who watch us.
Oh, a big hello and welcome to everybody that might have missed right at the beginning. Big welcome to the show and the last premiere in the Pouring with the Fellas collaboration, arranged by Garrick. Thank you so much. So, okay guys, let's cut the chitty chat and the whiffle waffle. Let's get the camera pointing down and let's get on with some painting. Is that a record, Vanna?
50?
No. How much time I took waffling before we get down to business.
You got it streamlined.
I'm getting it streamlined. So here we go. We've got the camera pointing down. So first of all, I would love to share with you guys a little trick. Some of you may know this, some of you might not know this, and if you don't, it will blow you. This was a skin I made last night with some old paints. Okay, and it was just straight on top of the silicone mat. Now people are like, oh, how do I get the skin off? And they try pulling it this way, and it kind of stretches the skin because it isn't fully cured yet. Here you go, guys. If you're wondering how to do it, turn it upside down like that, okay? And then very carefully, you peel it back from itself, okay? From the actual silicone mat. So, some of it's like, I've got some large little dripping bits, so they need a little bit of coaxing, but you just gently pull the silicone mat off your skin, and then gently up. And there you go, there's your skin, really easily. You didn't pull it, you didn't warp it, you didn't stretch it or anything. And it looks nice and pretty. Okay, so let's just put that to the side. And now let's get the pouring mat back into the position on the spinner. And I just need to take one more little drink. Excellent. So I'm going to put this one down here. This is a 8" by 8" cradle for my friends. And we're going to put down some black, tricorn black, and then we're going to put down the transparent sparklers. Now this is Silify, it's called Fuchsia. I also did this with, gosh, I find it so hard to, I think it's blue purple, something like that.
I like that one.
Yeah, Vanna says I like that one. Now, with that one, here you go, here it is. I mixed it up in my pouring medium with some black. Now, everyone's like, oh my gosh, black. Black is totally opaque. It's, you know, you're not going to see when it dries, you're not going to see the flakes in it. And this is the trick, guys, because we mix it with so much of the Jo Sonia gloss varnish, and then we mix it with, which is transparent. Meow, a little from us, from Mew. Oh, he's thrown me now. Yes, because we've added so much of the clear varnish, the Jo Sonia gloss varnish, and then the super crystal clear Bare 8300, we have essentially made this opaque into a semi-opaque or semi-transparent, really, because we have diluted it down so much with our pouring medium. When it dries, and let me see if I can get the little sparkles in it, it's very difficult. But when it dries, it looks like this with the little sparkles that are, again, very difficult to pick up. So you're going to have to tune in next week for the dried results. So anyway, There we go. So here's our 8-inch cradle. The colors we are using here today is some Liquitex. These are been mixed up. These are my favorites for a little while. Fluorescent violet in the acrylic gouache, and then the fluorescent opera pink in the acrylic gouache. And then I made a fantastic orange because Vanna loves orange. And if you've seen Vanna and you know Vanna, the next color is orange, so it matches her hair perfectly. But to give her, this is TLP Boogie. It's one of the UV disco pigs, so it fluoresces under black light. And to give it a little bit more punch, I put some of this one in, which is TLP Simplicity, which is just a beautiful shimmer to add to something which is a little bit flat on its own. So those are the colors. Let me show you the colors and the consistencies. Here is the orange. See, it sits up just for a minute or just for a second or two and then sinks back down. And then here is the fluorescent opera pink. As you can see, whoops, does the same. And now the fluorescent violet. And I feel I am probably going to use either a gold or a Prussian blue cell activator. I'm not sold quite yet. What do you reckon, Vanna? I've got gold, white, and Prussian blue out. You can see, you can start thinking of which cell activators you're going to use. Okay, guys. So just a nice little generous helping of the tricorn black, and we just give it a little spin to get it out there. Ooh, that was quite quick. Now, another thing with a little spin, just to move the paint everywhere, is that also if any little goobers have come out, you can see them, and I think there's one here. Yep, look at that. You nasty little lump of dried paint. So let's get that out there.
We've got this little piggy in the chat room.
Excellent. I think it's, is it Lani today or is it Jen? I forget. I did ask in the previous room. So hi, this little piggy, and a big shout out to everybody that's in the live chat. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed and you're watching the show, please subscribe, my friends, because you can then participate in the live chats like today when we do my lives and things like that. But you can also participate in the live chats at the premieres that we do and things like that. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and also hit that little notification bell, make it solid, because then every time I release a video, you will get a notification. Now I can see the paint's just a little bit uneven on that side, so just gonna move it around a little bit. It's Lani. Hi Lani, I'm sorry, sweetie, I did ask you, but it flew out of my mind in my haste while I was trying to prepare. Sorry guys, we're going silent. Just need another little chitty, another little drink. 56 fantastic people in the live chat. Thank you so much, my friends. I greatly appreciate your support. Being here, it means the world to Vanna and I. Okay, so we are going to, oh yeah, now I put down quite a lot of black paint there, and I didn't need to because I was chit-chatting, because I'm putting this, which is about 1.5 ounces of the fantastic glitter paint. So there we go. And you can see I've mixed it up, so it's literally the same consistency as the other paints, but the other ones obviously have the paints in it, actual pigments, rather than just this fantastic Chameleon pigment. So again, if you joined and you just joined, we're using Chameleon pigments and making starry, spangly, starry night backgrounds. Right, so here we go. So for a spangly night background, we really wouldn't use a swipe or a bloom. And so because Vanna's swipe, she's going to be Vanna swipe and do a swipe. And I love blooms. I'm sorry for doing another one, but
Don't be sorry.
I love them. They're fantastic. They really are. I don't think I'll ever get bored of them. Now I'm just going to give just a little bit, because we don't want the bloom to take over everything. We want to have a little bit of negative space, hopefully, so we don't put a lot of paint down. Because again, because I've put, admittedly now, a bit too much pillow down, and now this 1.5 ounces of the spangly pillow, it's large, really quite large, quite a lot now. So you never know, we may need to have a live scrape. And oh dear, I've just called it. Maybe that's gonna happen. Well, okay, I feel like using 2 of these cell activators. So I'm gonna use, no I'm not, I'm gonna use a dark one for more impact. There we go. And wish me luck for the bloom. Okay, now let's get you nice and close. Bingo. And now you can watch this little bloom just happen while I blow it out a little more.
Oh, those colors make me so happy.
Yeah, I know, Vanna. I know that.
It's literally my hair.
It's literally your hair. That played no factor into my selection of colours today. No, but they're just 3 colours that go together so beautifully well. So there we go. So there's the bloom. It's quite nice. I definitely hope the camera is focused on it nicely, Vanna. Now, here we go. To modify or not to modify, or to wreck, it is the question. So I tell you what, so all the little petals I'm going to pull out, and all the little bits in the middle, I'm just going to do nice little swirls around. Or shall I leave it as it is?
No, modify.
Modify, modify, modify. Okay, so we're going to pull this little petal out like that.
Oh, thank you, Janet Lambert.
Oh, Janet. Bless her. That's, sorry, my mind's gone blank for a minute. That's darling Lambine. Thank you so much, Lambine. That's ever so kind of you. Yes, I didn't mention the live chats, guys. If you're subscribed, you'll see in the bottom corner of the live chat, there is a little $sign. If you click on that $sign, it will take you to a page of different denominations of stickers and super chats and things like that. And it's a way to support us and the channel, but it's also a good way to get your messages highlighted, because in the super chats, you can do exactly that. Write a message, and then just as Lambine did just there, sent a sticker, and it's a good way of supporting and helping us here, buy some more materials and carry on painting for you guys and doing more of these lovely fun shows.
Lily Burns has a question for you.
Lily Burns, hi Lily, how you doing? You got the chomp. I know, that's fantastic. What's the question, my dear?
Well, I'm wondering, she says where she lives in the south, it's very hot, and her tricorn black seems to be a bit thick and dries too quickly. Is there a trick or tip to remedy this? And I'm wondering, can you put Floetrol in your pillow paint?
You can absolutely thin it down, my dear. Lots of people will have different opinions of how to thin the paint down, Lily. But as professionals that use paint in every single day, the way you can thin a paint down is with some Floetrol. I know you're in the States, aren't you, Lily? So I would use some American Floetrol, because it's easier to find and way more affordable than the Australian kind, and thin it down with some of that. When you stir, try to stir with something that is round, because if you use one of those flat stir sticks that they give you from the paint store, you will stir in bubbles. So if you use a flat tool, say at the end of a paintbrush or something, a rounded tool, cylindrical, to stir, it will put less bubbles in your pillow paint. Okay, so chitty chat, the CA's been sinking and I've been waffling, so let's just, as we always do, because you know we love to do this, just wet our edges. This is a brand new canvas, and these edges are brand new bare wood, and as we know, you know, or as somebody might not be knowing if they're watching for the first time, and someone that's just still beginning. If you're using a canvas or even a cradle, and a cradle is just like a canvas with a frame with a piece of wood, plywood, rather than the canvas. If you wet your edges when you spin or when you tilt your pieces, it will help the paint flow over the edges nice and evenly and give you a good coverage like it is doing right now. And I'll show you. Bingo, just like that. Just like that, he says. Okay, so here we go with the spangly pillow in the black background. Let's spin it. Not too vigorously, because as I said, there is definitely a little bit of excessive pillow paint usage going on here. Now, I just keep my finger on the spinner here, guys, because as the drips make their way out, I just catch them and it stops it splattering everywhere. Oh, bingo. There we go. Wow. That's rather pretty indeed.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's just move this over a little bit.
Glitter-tastic.
Right, okay, now you see, here we go. I'm going to see if I can get the lights to pick up the glitters for the transparent background. So it's looking rather nicely, isn't it? Or transparent background. We've got the black behind it.
A disco party.
Isn't it? Thank you very much, Vanna. I love that, a disco
love
party.
it.
Right, okay, guys, so it needs another spin. I'm just going to kind of move it around a little bit. Here we go. I'm pretty sure that was the clockwise spin I usually do. So we always do afterwards the anti-clockwise spin. I don't know how important this is. I say it every time, but when people first started asking me to make videos of how I do things, I go through every step of the process, and I don't negate to, you know, I narrate every step of the process because I don't think it's good to miss out. Right, okay, there we go, my friends.
I'm in love.
I think it worked quite well. But of course, we're going to see how it dried next week. So you're going to have to come back next week, my friends.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
So for anybody that's watching the first time, hi there, this is, and just joined us maybe because you're late, this is the Pouring with the Fellows Part 2 collaboration organised by Garrick Brown. And I am your caboose today, and this is The Joy of Pouring. I am Frosty, or Si, and we've got Vanna Swipe here as well, my faithful and beautiful assistant. And we are doing Chameleon Starry Night pillows. So there you go, there's the first one. And we've not really got that much movement, which is pretty good. So now all I have to do is just
get it up to the camera so they can see it better.
Ah, right, okay, so here we go, my friends. Bingo. I really hope it's, hang on.
Yeah, it's focused.
Yeah, focused nicely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So there you go, my friends. That's what's new for me, is these fantastic Chameleon flakes that Vanna got me. Now, the box is only just like this. It came like this, and there's no markings or anything on it. The only little stickers are on the part, are little clear stickers that are very difficult to read, but they are from a company called Silafy, Silafy. And Vanna got them from Amazon.
I did.
Vanna got them from Amazon. So there you go, guys. That's how you can get hold of these lovely Chameleon flakes. Which
And they're not sinking.
they're not. No, they don't. It's fantastic. Wow, look at this beautiful ghost celly bit there.
I can't wait to see this one resin.
Yes, resin is going to blow my mind. Okay then, friends. So let's just pull this back a little bit. I just need to get that.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Just get the old palette knife underneath. And remember, friends, it's always very important when you get it up off the spinner. You've got to wipe those edges. Because if you leave those edges, you run the risk of the paint continually to fall off the side of your actual canvas. So this is another reason why you've got to make sure it's absolutely beautifully, perfectly level when it dries. Well, there you go, my friends. Fantastic. Can I give that to you, Vanna? And there's a little space in the second drying room. I've taken over more space right now because I'm resining in the art room. And of course, with resin, no one can go in that door right now. Thank you so much, darling. There we go. Okay, friends. So now just got to clear up this mess because Vanna's going to do her swipe now. And as we know, when we're using a silicone mat like this, you've got to clean it every time because if you get paint underneath the next painting you put on it, it can make it aquaplane and your piece can go flying off. So I am just collecting the last bits of this paint. Excellent. And we try our best to wash as less of this down the sink as we can because it is not good for the environment, no. But where we live on the mountain, there's a fantastic water treatment works, and we're really, really fortunate up here because we get to drink melted snow. It's fresh as the driven fallen snow water. It's absolutely Someone tried calling me. I don't know if that noise came through for you guys or not. But yes, sorry whoever that was. That was Shannon, I think. I saw it come up. I just had to completely just put the phone down on her because we're in the middle of our show. So again, anybody that's just joined us in the last minute, this is the last show, part of the Pouring with the Fellas collaboration organised by Garrick Brown. Thank you so much, Garrick. It was so much fun watching all of you guys do your different techniques, and I was so glad that not one of you did a swipe and not one of you did a bloom, which was absolutely perfect for Vanna Swipe and myself. So that's awesome. So Vanna, my dear.
First, Nelvia wants to know, can you reuse the runoff paint?
Right. Hi Nelvia, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, darling. Can you reuse the runoff paint? Absolutely, you can. I know many people that scrape that up and then put it in a pot and just use it as a pillow or thin it down and use it as a base if they're doing other different techniques. I choose not to, just because when we're doing it live like this now, you know, it's got to be cleaned up and ready to go for the next part of the actual show. But yes, I do know many people that save their extra paint just there, scrape it up and put it in a pot, and they use it to great effects. Yes, they do. When I'm just playing around and painting for myself, which doesn't happen very often, I do exactly the same thing. If I've done a bloom and I scrape it because I don't like it, I scrape it and use that as the pillow, as you would for your next bloom. That's exactly what I did when I made this skin last night. And if you look at the back of the skin, there you go, you can see the pillow. And the pillow was just a load of purple and white that I had all mixed up. I just did it on a big splat. I used all of the different colours and some gold CA and then just spun it out. So yes, you absolutely can save the leftover wasted paint and use it to great effect. Is there any more questions, Vanna? Is that it, darling?
That's it.
That's it. Awesome. Right. Okay. Brilliant. Now, it's the halftime part of the show, and we're going to do the last week's canvases. If you were watching last week, this is the swipe that my dear darling Vanna Swipe. Vanna, would you like to make an appearance? And I'll be Vanna Swipe and present it for you guys. But yes, this is what she did for her mama. If you watched JOP a few weeks ago, these are end tables for our parents' sofa. Their sofa is quite low and they have really like square, flat arms to it. So these are little tables that Dad made and sent over to us, and we are painting on. And this is the one that Vanna did last week. Isn't it amazing? Look. Absolutely beautiful. Apologies for the ring light. We're going to get some nice diffusing light very soon. But here you go, last week's canvas. This is what Vanna did. Now, we've already given on last week's show, we did the comparative side by side. And it's not who's better or anything like that. It's just whose do we prefer. And honestly, Mum said she really loved mine. I really love and prefer Vanna's actually, because I think it's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you know, anyway. So yes, Vanna's now making an appearance only halfway through the show, but we are now going to co-present the show together, Pouring with Partners, because it seemed to go down really well when we did this a couple of weeks ago. So we did it again last week. Everyone loved it. So this is what we're now going to do.
I didn't make that last week. I made something else last week.
Yeah, this was...
the first one.
Yes, this was the first one, not last week. You're quite right, Vanna, but I just managed to get a coat of resin on it. I'm going to stick some of the foam that you can buy from the dollar stores on the back, so it doesn't mark the sofa. But there it is. What did we paint last week, Vanna?
I don't know. I did a swipe, I'll tell you that.
Oh yes, I know exactly. And
it's in the resin room.
It's
in
the resin room.
No.
Well, this is it. I can go in there, but I've got to open the door so slowly and then tiptoe in there really slowly so you don't disturb any dust.
We'll show you next time.
We'll have to show you next time. So anyway, Vanna's going to do a swipe, and she's going to do a swipe on this. Okie dokie. So let's just line it up. Let's just get the camera pointing down. And Vanna is now going to start doing her swipe. Bingo. Hang on, let me just get it. It really bugs me so much when I can't get the camera. There we go. Lovely. Okay, that's the Bear 8300. No, we're not going to use that. That's the black.
You said blue.
I
Yeah,
said
love
blue. Yes, we've got the Sherwin-Williams, and this is the Anchors Away.
Love this color.
It's a really beautiful colour. It's just going to look dark in there, I guess, but that's the colour. It's a very deep blue, really beautiful, almost pseudo-neutral.
I feel this color would be beautiful on lowers in the kitchen cabinetry.
Ooh, yeah, I like that idea, and I like that idea
the
very
island
much.
would be pretty.
Okay, so what we do is we just get one of these little pots underneath the corner of the spinner, and then it just holds it nice and straight, and we can see everything. Brilliant. So there's the. Oh, right, yeah, hang on a second, Vanna. Right, now, yeah, do you want to use the blue, or do you want to use the black with the chameleon
Sparkles.
flakes? Okay, so we're going to put the blue away.
Sparkles every time.
Sparkles over everything.
Sparkles over everything.
Over everything. Now, what I would suggest, though, is we just put a little bit of paint down first. So, yeah, just a little bit of the blue. Why not?
Just a little blue.
Just a little bloop about that kind of big. Not a hill. Not a... Right, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Perfect. There you go. Do you want me to clean that out for you?
It's okay, I got this.
There you go. Oh, bless you. Right. Now we're going to add, just literally, darling, what you want to do, let's give it a tap first, because I mixed it up yesterday. But there you go.
So do I cover this completely or put it in the middle?
Put it right in the middle.
More?
Yeah, all of it.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah. We only put down maybe about 1.5 ounces, maybe 2 ounces of the blue, and there's another 2 ounces in there. So for this 4x4,
I'm not going to use it all. I think that's enough.
okay, I think that's actually, you're quite right. That's really going to be perfectly
You don't want
enough.
to waste a ton of paint.
No, I guess we don't. But what I will do for you now, do you want to do it? Just tip it around so it's a bit more at the edges? Oh, you're going to spin it first? Okay. But we need it in the corners a bit first, darling.
Okay.
Or, no, you do you. If you want to leave it like that, you leave it
No,
right like that.
I learned from the master.
Oh, bless your heart. I'm not a master. I'm just a guy playing with paint. Oh, you're the master at tilting there. You seeing this tilting? Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Just get it nicely to the corner. Yeah, that's it. And then that last one. And then you can use the little palette knife. Cool. Now, did you let it go back into the middle, yeah?
Yeah, I kind of tipped it back into the middle.
That's perfect, yeah. We've just got to make sure that the pillow's kind of even. I can kind of, yeah, no, that's great. Oh,
It's so sparkly!
the sparkles. Can you see the sparkles? I really hope you can, because they just look amazing.
We're going to see them after we resin it.
Yes, you will. So, don't forget, guys, you're going to come back next week for the dried and resined results. Nice, yeah, just put it out a little bit there, Vanna. That's perfect. Beautiful. All right, I can see we've got, it's a little bit more heavy on this one side, so I'm just going to tilt it for you a bit, darling.
Okay.
I could just see it because
Yeah.
I'm looking at it at like 45 degrees. Bingo, there we go. Excellent. Right, let's just make sure the camera's nice and straight and everything. And here you go with the colours, Vanna. Oh, let's just move them down there. You can use them in any order you like. It's totally up to you. There are no rules in fluid art except that you've got to...
Have fun.
Yes! We didn't rehearse that. What are you going to do, Vanna? Are you going to do... Oh, what are you going to swipe, though?
I'm going to do like I'm going to swipe it.
With what and how, my dear?
With a big palette knife across from top to bottom.
Ah, I like it. I like it very much. I shall get you that palette knife out. So I'm presuming you are talking about this palette knife.
That's the one.
This big, it's a cake icing tool, really, is what it is, but...
It's a very familiar tool to me.
Exactly. Vanna, not many people know this, but Vanna used to be a pastry chef. A very, very good one. And she had an amazing recipe for chocolate.
Chocolate pate.
Yeah, and it got swiped.
sold.
by
by my head chef, and sold
to Bernard Carabo.
Bernard Calabo.
Calabo, there you go. Yes, so their chocolate
pate recipe that's
is
on the counter.
Vanna's.
It's mine.
Okay, you're going to put more of this now?
Yep.
Because that's quite a lot of paint, my dear.
Okay. I got to get all the colors.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's put these little puppies back over here. Okay, now, did you decide which colour you would like to swipe with, Vanna?
Is glitter an option?
Is glitter an option? Literally anything, a glitter. You know, for her birthday last year, I think I found this fantastic baseball cap, and it's just got a patch of a unicorn on it that says legend, and the whole cap is just
Glitter.
complete glitter, so spangly. It will put a glitter ball to shame. It's that sparkly. But
Fabulous.
anyway, right. So back down to the actual work here.
Prussian blue
Yeah.
is what I'd like to use, and if there's also glitter, I would also like to use glitter.
Well, no, I haven't got any glitter cell activator.
Prussian blue it is.
But it can be done, absolutely, yes. That's something that's on my list of themes for the show in the future, is to do the chameleon pigments as cell activators and also glitters as cell activators and other sparkly, beautiful things.
I'm just here to add sparkle to the world.
Yeah, that's the way I like looking at it too, darling. That's pretty good. Okay, sweetheart, so there you go. Vanna swipe in action. Oh, try to put a bit more. There you go.
Well, that is a lot of paint.
That is a lot of paint. This is why I kind of said, yeah, okay, Vanna. I don't want to tell you what to do, but we are using quite a lot of paint. So again, this is a really good way for you guys, beginners, to learn about pillow paint. About pillow paint, because with the pillow paint, what is a pillow paint? Pillow paint is just a paint which isn't these lovely colours, because these lovely colours are more expensive than the bulk standard white we would use or the Sherwin-Williams. They're nice and affordable. So that's why we use them as pillows. Now, the reason for a pillow is the colours sit on top of it. Now, if you put a really thin pillow down, and then you do your colours, when you spin it out, your piece, your image is not going to expand and grow very far. Let me just go in luck, because this is just fantastic while I'm waffling. But the more pillow paint you use, the more it's going to expand. So with the amount of paint we've got here, this is easily going to expand out to about this kind of size.
Keep the middle,
so we're only going to keep the middle, and that's absolutely beautiful. So
I actually like to just tip it a little bit.
you tip it and you do what you like to, darling.
Because this is my favorite part, so I want it in the middle.
I'm loving this here.
That's why we're doing this.
Cool. Excellent. Okay,
Now do I
now
have to let it go back to the middle?
you do have to, because there's more paint on this side than there is that side.
Okay.
And we do want it to come off evenly,
Yes, we
and be a
do.
nice thin layer so it dries well.
Yeah.
So at the moment the paint is a bit uneven, so you do just have to let it just, you see, that's it. You know what I mean? This has just moved just a little bit, not too much. So let me just get the camera in a nice position. There we go. So we can see this. And Vanna's going to spin it out. So nice, and give it a good spin, Vanna, but not too hard. There we go. Lovely. No, I'm just going to keep my finger.
Yeah, you do the messy part.
Thanks, darling. My poor work, rough hands. Oh my gosh, I love the way the violet and the purple and the orange are sitting together there in the middle. Oh, wow. Well, Vanna.
Again?
Hang on.
Okay.
See, because we're not moving at all here
So do
at
I
all.
need to get a knife on it and like...
No, what I would suggest is we just do this a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just, you got to, because You want it to.
I think if we just go.
If you want to do that, you can do that. This is your piece of art.
I just want to help it go that way. Okay. Helped.
So go on, second spin.
This way?
Whichever way you want. I do one way, one the other way. That was a much harder spin, Vanna. We're going to have to do some practicing on your spins, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is it, guys. I'm so sorry. We work so damn hard. I'm not playing the world's smallest violin, but we hardly get any time off at all from our business and then from life. You know, who does get time off? But
well, you guys are watching me practice and learn live.
exactly, exactly.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know why I found this fantastic art form during the pandemic in 2020. Loved it so much, got fantastic therapy from it, and then decided to turn it obviously into...
Do we need to tip it and make sure it's done?
No, see, all we're going to do now though, you see, right, because we didn't have much paint on that corner, if you just look at the edge quickly, there's no paint coming down off it. So what we want to do is just grab some of this other paint here, and then we just hold it there and just let it drip down.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I'm not mad about some of that beautiful purple being in that corner.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we just use the knife just to get the paint out, and then it instantly, you know,
completes the edges.
It completes the edges and comes off, and it's all lovely. Wow, Vanna, didn't you do good? Right, okay, I'm going to try and hold it up for you guys, and then we can get the light on it. Beautiful. These cells here at the bottom, Vanna, these are pretty darn spectacular, but it's the middle bit, that bit just there. Oh, gorgeous. So please, guys, let us know what you think in the comments, especially if you're watching the show back. Please let us know what you think. And if you're watching for the first time, I'm going to say it again, a call to action, please, friends. Please, will you subscribe to the channel? And when you subscribe, you can interact in the live chat. You can leave comments and things like that. But also when you subscribe, please hit the little notification bell. Make that solid, and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. And the most important thing out of all of them, though, if you like what you see and you like what we're doing here, please give us a thumbs up and a like on the videos, because the more likes we get on the videos, the more likely YouTube are to suggest our videos to people that haven't seen them before. So please share our videos, tell your friends about the videos, and click the thumbs up. Thank you so much, my lovely friends. Wiffle waffle, wiffle waffle. So do you want me to do the dirty bit here for you? Yeah, she says, yeah. Okay, let's just get a rag here. Oh, the rag is very sparkly.
Sparkles on everything.
Yeah, sparkles over everything. Oh, it's so pretty, Vanna. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look, guys. It does, doesn't it? Look, it really, yeah. I love it.
That's my root color.
The
that's
root
my
color.
middle color, and that's my end color.
But how beautifully these three colors go together. It's just, again,
a match made in heaven.
It really is.
And with sparkles.
And of course with sparkles. Anything that sparkles is going to be fantastic. But as lately I've been getting into really nice, simple color palettes. And the simple color palettes can yield such beautiful and subtle results. Or it can produce you a huge bang, right like this. There you go, my dear Vanna. It's not wet underneath, I don't think. Oh, hang on, I do see.
I got some ghost cells over glitter.
Just going to give it a little torch. I see a couple of little bubbles there. It's all right to torch things, guys. Beautiful. Well, Vanna, lovely.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. So, learning with Vanna Swipe. And we had an idea many moons ago about doing a show called The Sip and Swipe with Vanna Swipe. And I know the Piggies have done something pretty similar. And it's going to be a show. We're going to plan it for later in the evening, not for midday on a Sunday.
Well, it depends on where you are in the world, whether or not it's evening.
This is kind of the difficult thing of trying to... Yeah, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. So, yes. So this is fantastic. The pillow paint that I've just pulled up off this. is very, very pretty indeed. And I think I'm going to, what's the time? 44. Yeah, I'm going to do another skin bloom on here.
Yeah,
Or not bloom.
feel free to ask questions, you guys.
Yes, if you guys have got any questions.
I'm back monitoring the chat room.
She's on the chat, yes. And thank you so much for our fantastic moderators manning the live chats when... I don't know. Someone keeps trying to phone me.
Everybody knows that we're busy.
Exactly. This is obviously a telemarketer or something like that, because all of our friends know we do this on Sunday. So they all don't phone or anything like that, and lots of them watch. So if anyone is watching, I'd love to give a shout out to my friend Bob and Amy watching in the UK maybe. And our friend Drew, who is hopefully watching up here on the mountain. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not too sure. But again, thank you guys for sticking with us. And in the last little minutes of the show, the last 15, 14 minutes, let's do another. So they are really annoying. So let's get the camera pointing down, back onto the spinner here, guys. Da, da, da. I'm going to use, Nelvia, there we go. I'm going to use the paint that I just scraped up off the spinner, and we're going to use it as a pillow, and we're going to use these gorgeous colors, and we're going to do a fantastic we're going to do...
Are you going to do a bloom?
Are you going
to do a bloom?
What should I do, guys? Tell me in the live chat. What would you like to see? A bloom, a swipe? What would you like to see the most? Please let us know in these last minutes of the show. Okay.
It's gone silent.
It's gone very silent. Everyone's silent.
Hot dog. Heather Gordon always
goes for the hot dog.
She just likes the giggle.
Yeah, right. I get it.
We
Bless
all
her
like a
heart.
giggle.
So I'm just going to spin that out just a little bit, guys, because it is a little bit thick. Da, 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 da.
Swipe, 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 swipe. Radial swipe and hot dog. Swipe. Swipe is winning.
Swipe is winning.
And Nelvia wants to know, what are you doing with your skins?
What am I doing with the skins?
You can apply them to just about any sort
Exactly.
of surface.
People cut them up and they make jewelry out of them. I am working on a way of actually doing an acrylic pour. Oh, this is telling people secrets, my secrets of new shows. I'm trying to figure out how to do an acrylic pour on a snowboard, because Vanna and I are avid snowboarders. And it's things that we have a few of them around. We recycle them up on the mountain and turn them into art. And I would love to pour on the snowboard. The trouble is, of course, that it has those turned up edges that if you pour on are just going to pour straight off. And I was always wondering, like, what am I going to do? You know, how am I going to do this? And then it struck me, this go onto the snowboard. I'm sorry, someone is persistently ringing me and I keep having to say no, no. And it's Vanna can help. You see, I was thinking when I was doing this, maybe I should have, maybe I should put Vanna's number down on the little cards that are all displayed next to my pieces of my art that's in the restaurants. I am very, very fortunate that I have my art in 2 restaurants up here. One of them has all of my acrylic pouring and my acrylic work like this. And then the other one has all of my other work that I do, which is ski hill themed art. But I do it in a street art, graffiti, stencil, Banksy kind of way. and it kind of makes my ski hill art stand out head and shoulders above the rest of the generic. And there's nothing wrong with the classic and generic look, but you know, the very dated picture of kids making a snowman outside a house with a dog, or you know, the picture of a moose, or the stereotypical things that people put on their cabin walls, like a pair of old skis. So yes, I like to do different stuff.
You were right. It was Sharon. You sold art.
Fantastic.
We need to go to the bow wheel and bring the second piece that you couldn't hang.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, that's then just said what I'm doing this afternoon. No, I just had to get this little one over because I'm going to do a swipe here. I don't know how it's going to work, my friends.
It's going to be awesome.
Not too sure because I like... Anyway, so what I haven't tried is the... No, I did try the blue, so I'm going to use the white. Let's use the white, hey? That should be pretty crazy. So many people I've seen use a hell of a lot of cell activator on their swiping tools, and it seems to work really well for them. Their pieces dry beautifully, and that's how they do things. And this is the thing about this acrylic art. There is no one kind of solid recipe that works because everybody is different with their different ingredients they have from everywhere. And obviously you're...
So I was just checking, someone said there was no sound, but I think it was just when the phone rings, it cuts out your sound.
Oh, damn.
It's okay, you have sound, everything's good.
Okay, so anyway, here we go. I only put a thin bit of cell activator on, guys, because I find that works better for me. So in we go. Let's swipe this puppy. Here we go.
Gorge.
Could I have...
Yes.
Oh, no, it's okay, Vanna. Don't worry. I can... Again, I'm a bit of a stickler. Again, it's the day job that we use, that we do, teaches you to be very clean and tidy, and you don't make messes, because, you know, when people are paying you to redecorate their home, they don't want to see paint or any residue
Well, it instills trust
on the floor.
when they see that you're very clean and meticulous.
Exactly, you know, don't try. It's the same kind of thing as, well, anyway. Yes, there we go. So I may just pick this up for you guys so you can have a look. There it is, cute little swipe.
I have an idea.
What's your idea, Vanna?
Well, I think you should do something prettier on the outsides if it's going to be a skin.
Yeah, well, this is, again, skin. You can just cut out these little middle bits if you like.
Sorry, of course you can cut it.
Cut it to whatever shape you want. But Vanna is quite right. I'm just going to do a little bit of whoop-de-doo along the bottom bit here.
That's kind of fun.
Just to make it a little more...
Heather suggests you just make a giant skin. Size
The whole
like your super big pouring mat.
Super big pouring mat. That's exactly what I plan to do for the snowboards, Heather. So I'm just going to do some little bits of whoop-de-doos here.
Oh, it's so pretty.
There we go, guys. Just going to make the edges look cute. Let's just get it down a little bit closer so you can see there. I'm very sorry. There we go. That's a nice close-up. Now, we've got a bit of extra paint here. So I'm going to kind of... Yep, we're just going to spin it as it is right now. There we go. And give it... See, this is the spin you want to kind of give it, guys. It's what I call a healthy spin. You know what I mean? You're not trying to imitate a helicopter here, but we're needing enough spin so that the paint spreads out nice and evenly and goes to nice one level thickness all the way through. There we go. Bingo.
It makes me miss merry-go-rounds and being a child.
What, watching it go round and round? Yeah.
I don't think there are merry-go-rounds in playgrounds anymore. I think they were deemed too dangerous.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a bust, isn't it? So let me just pick this up so you can have a nice close-up at that, guys. That's a pretty little skin. Very nice indeed. So let's give it the second spin. And there's no need to keep your finger on it, guys, because the silicone mat is dry and it's just grabbing every little drip as it goes out. And sometimes it gives us this really pleasing little splat shape. There we go, yes, a little bit like that.
Heather says you've got time for a hot dog.
Heather says I've got time for a hot dog.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
There you go. You see now,
Gorge.
this is what I love calling lightning swipes as such, where you get a color when you are having a dark background using a light cell activator, and the cell activator and the swipe just grabs these colors beautifully and just blends them underneath the cell activator. And it looks like this. This is what I kind of call like a lightning swipe or an electric swipe. It's like the lacing, the white is highlighted and just, has got extra pow to it.
Doesn't it?
Oh, I like to think that's my art speak on it. But if we look at the bottom just here, we come in nice and close, see if I can get a light source on it. We have got the sparkly Chameleon stars pillow.
Demoiselle was a professional painter for 17 years, and he completely agrees with you. He said his clients always said the house was cleaner when they left than when they started. That's exactly what our clients say.
Fantastic. Now, hang on a second. Vanna, who was that?
Demoiselle, 17 years he had a painting firm.
Le Mozier, yeah, I name dropped you to Moz. I hope that's okay, Moz. You used to be a professional painter and decorator too. Exactly, yes, it's fantastic, isn't it, when you get those kind of...
It's a lovely compliment.
It's a very lovely compliment. Yeah, you're just kind of like hanging in
sorry.
the corner. She's got kind of like, she's just like...
I was looking at my phone, I didn't realize I was in the shot. Either be in it or don't.
Well, I was thinking, be in it or don't. But anyway, no, Moz, thank you so much. Yes, that's fantastic to share that common ground there with you. And it's something
love
that...
learning about our friends.
Yes, we do. It's fantastic. And again, though, it's a lovely compliment to have from your clients when they say, wow, my house was cleaner after you left it than when you came in. And it's part of the job. You have to be clean. You can't be a dirty painter and decorator because you don't get much work if that's how you are. Especially up here where we live on the mountain. We live at a ski resort here in British Columbia. And so we deal with many, many wealthy people whose, second homes, third homes, fourth homes and things.
Reputation is important.
Reputation is important, and Vanna's had her company here on the mountain for 20 years. We've been married for 10 next year, isn't it? Yeah, 9 in March next month. Oh, 9 years together. Anyway, we're waffling on and chitty-chatting and just, having a good time. But, my friends, I just want to thank everybody that's watched for the first time, that was watching because of the Pouring with the Fellas collaboration by Garrett Brown, part 2. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you had a good time and you enjoyed the premiere chain. And I'm thanking you from the bottom of our hearts for staying to the end of the train for us being the caboose today. So we will return next Sunday and every Sunday.
It's Joe.
It's
Joe.
Her
birthday.
Oh, Joe, it's your birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday.
You're not Joe Sullivan, are you?
Hang on, I'll see. It's Joe. Where did it go?
Oh, anyway, not to worry. Anyway, happy birthday to you, Joe, as well. There we go. Missy. Hi, Missy. Hi, Deborah. Look, everybody's wishing everyone happy birthdays in the live chat. You guys are such an awesome group of people.
Demoiselle is Joe. Demoiselle is Joe.
Is Joe?
His name is Joe.
Is it right? Okay.
Or he or she, Demoiselle.
Right. I've got Joe Johnson Sullivan. Is that Joe J-O, male or female? Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Either way, happy birthday to you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining us and spending your birthday in the company of us crazy acrylic addicts, let's say here. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, happy birthday, Joe. Fantastic. We're going to return next Sunday, as we do every Sunday at 1 p.m. and that's 1 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. So that's us over on the west coast of North America. 1 p.m. there will be 3 p.m. in Central Time in America. It will be 4 p.m. on the East Coast of America. And in Europe, England, it will be 8 o'clock. And Europe, 9 o'clock. Europe, it will be 10 o'clock. But anyway, every week we do this show, The Joy of Pouring. So thank you so much for joining us. Please join us again next week for more fun and laughs with the pair of us being these just lunatic art presenters, I guess. But the last thing, as I always say, and now I'll let my lovely lady say it.
Happy pouring.
Mwah. See you next week, guys.
Thank you.
I just kissed a dirty hand. Oh.